You know, when you think about watches that are just timelessly elegant, one name always jumps out, right? Cartier. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into the legacy of this legendary Parisian brand. We're not just looking at them as a jeweler, but as a genuine revolutionary in the world of watchmaking. Let's get into the stories behind their most iconic creations.
Right from the very beginning, Cartier had this aura of prestige that was just on another level. This famous phrase you see here, King of Jewelers and Jeweler of Kings, wasn't some clever marketing tagline they cooked up. No, this was literally a statement of fact. It was a nod to their royal clients and a level of craftsmanship that would define the brand for more than 100 years.
So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with Cartier's royal beginnings, and then see how they basically invented the modern wristwatch. We'll spend some quality time with the legendary tank, check out their modern icons, touch on their mind-blowing craftsmanship, and finally, we'll try to figure out the secret to their timeless legacy.
All right, our story starts where so many stories of true luxury do, right in the heart of Paris.
So, picture this. It's 1847. The Maison Cartier opens its doors. And here's the key thing to remember. They started as master jewelers, not watchmakers. That expertise, that deep understanding of how to make beautiful, precious objects, that's the absolute foundation, the DNA, that their entire watchmaking empire was built on.
So while Cartier had absolutely mastered jewelry, its most game-changing contribution came from solving a very real, very practical problem for a totally new kind of guy, the aviator.
Okay, this is a huge moment in watch history. We're in 1904. Men carried pocket watches, that was it. But think about it. If you're a pioneering pilot like Alberto Santos Dumont, you can't exactly be fumbling around in your pocket for a watch while you're trying to fly a plane, right? So his good friend Louis Cartier came up with a genius solution, a watch you wear on your wrist. This wasn't just a new watch. It was the birth of a whole new way of telling time, all born out of a friendship and a real need.
And what's so amazing is how quickly Cartier just started playing with shapes. After they made the square Santos, they didn't just stop. Nope. In 1906, they gave us the barrel-shaped tonneau. By 1912, we got the tortue, which was inspired by a tortoise shell. They were totally breaking away from that boring old round pocket watch, creating a whole new design language for the wrist.
All of this creativity and innovation led them straight to creating what is, arguably, the most famous rectangular watch ever made, the Cartier tank.
Now, where do you think this icon of pure elegance got its inspiration? You'd probably never guess. It came from the Renault tanks on the Western Front in World War I. Seriously, Louis Cartier looked down at the tank's profile from above, that square cockpit inside the rectangular treads, and boom, the idea was born. The very first one, made in 1917, was even gifted to the American General John Pershing. What an incredible origin story for such a sophisticated watch.
So, what makes a tank a tank? Well, its design DNA is just unmistakable. You've got that perfect harmony between the square dial and the rectangular case. The sharp sword-like hands give it strength and make it easy to read. And then, of course, that little pop of blue, the signature sapphire cabochon on the crown, which is a nod to their jeweler's soul. It's this beautiful mix of clean lines and subtle luxury that you can spot from a mile away.
But the real genius of this design is just how adaptable it is. It's the perfect canvas. The 1922 Tank Louis is the classic, the OG. Then, decades later, the Americaine stretches things out, makes the case longer and curvier. Then in the 90s, the Française comes along with that bold, integrated bracelet. It's the same fundamental design, just masterfully remixed for a new era.
Okay, let's jump forward in time. How does Cartier use these same design rules today? Well, in the modern era, they've moved from the sharp rectangle to the softness of the curve. Just look at these two modern classics. The Boulogne Blue from 2006 is like a perfect, smooth pebble. It's totally round, and that sapphire balloon is so cleverly tucked into the side of the case. Then you've got the 2015 Clé de Cartier. Clé is French for key, and the crown is designed to feel like one, with this super satisfying click when you're done setting it. Both are all about the curve, but they have totally different personalities.
And don't for a second think that only the vintage models are valuable. These modern designs are serious investments. A diamond-set Santos Mystérieuse recently sold for $40,000 at Sotheby's. That really tells you all you need to know. Cartier's magic is not a thing of the past. They are still making incredibly desirable and valuable watches right now.
But that value, it isn't just about the design. Cartier is way more than a brilliant jeweler. They are also a huge player in the world of seriously complicated watchmaking.
The Rotonde de Cartier collection is where the brand really shows off its technical skills. And we're not talking about just telling time here. We're talking about incredible feats of engineering, like the mysterious movement where the hands look like they're just floating in midair. It's like magic. Or the mind-bending astroturbulent. I mean, this is Cartier operating at the absolute highest level of the craft.
And when you're operating at that level, the price tags get pretty extraordinary. A top-of-the-line Rotonde de Cartier with a flying tourbillon can cost over 1.3 million pounds. That single number confirms it. Cartier is a true haute horlogerie manufacturer, period. So all of this brings us to the final question. After more than a century, what is the secret to Cartier's timeless appeal? Well, part of the answer is actually hidden in plain sight.
Okay, I'm going to let you in on a little insider secret. Every single authentic Cartier watch has a hidden signature. Have you ever noticed it? Take a really close look at the dial.
And there it is. The brand name Cartier subtly worked into the lines of one of the Roman numerals. It's usually the 7 or the 10. It's such a tiny detail, a hidden mark of authenticity that just speaks volumes about how obsessed this brand is with getting every single element just right.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. The Cartier tank was designed in 1917. The Santos in 1904. How can these pure, simple shapes feel just as cool and relevant and modern today as they did over 100 years ago? Maybe that, right there, is the true genius of Cartier.